Effigies were a way for people from different time periods and cultures to represent what was sacred and important. Some even played a role in their rituals. We have seen this already with the quote-unquote voodoo figures made by the Chumash and Tongva in their esoteric rituals. It is no surprise then that further down the coast in the Baja Peninsula, the various indigenous Yuman speakers there had a tradition of creating human effigies that served a purpose, mostly being used in mourning ceremonies to be destroyed. However, some accounts state that these effigies, when on use, were sometimes wrapped in mats and placed in their houses, which were usually caves. They came in two forms. The first is carved wooden figures, and the other made of woven grass with a wood frame or net as a base, and adorned with shells, feathers, human hair, and even small pachugos or human hair capes. They usually measured 50 to 70 centimeters. Effigies also appear in one example in rock art in the Cueva San Borjitas site. Here an anthropomorph is seen holding in its right hand what appears to be a pictorial representation of an effigy. Notably, in the Kiliwa tradition, the effigies served a different purpose. The figures were called Ñipumjós, anthropomorphic wooden figures not associated with one single ancestor or deceased individual. Instead, they represented the overarching common ancestor of the family, suggesting some sort of ancestor veneration. However, the account that mentions this has been scrutinized and contradicted by other accounts, seeing the effigies in this tradition put to use in ceremonies. Missionaries also made note of the use of effigies by these peoples, calling them idols, and having the oversimplified notion that they were worshipped by them. The effigy creating tradition of Baja California is another example of many of how its indigenous peoples made items to be used in their rituals and worship, and in this case, human-like effigies, which are very rare to find in the Californias, going to show how their material tradition was complex to fit their needs.